Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this training on good manufacturing practices. In this session, we'll explore how GMP explores the quality, safety, efficacy of medicines, and how each of us has a role in maintaining compliance. So, let's begin. Now, we'll see the introduction to GMP. GMP stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. It is a set of principles and guidelines that ensure products are consistently produced and controlled according to quality standards. Why is this important? Because medicines are directly linked to human life. Even a small error in production can have a serious consequences. GMP is enforced worldwide by agencies, many regulatory agencies, then WHO, and many others. So when we follow GMP, we are not just meeting regulations, we are safeguarding patients' health. Now we'll see the core principle of GMP. GMP is built on few core principles. First is quality, safety, and efficacy. Every product must meet these three criteria. Second one is documentation. The golden rule is if it's not written, it didn't happen. Proper records are proof of compliance, so we should maintain the documents. Third one is data integrity. Following ALCOA principles, data should be attributable and legible, original, accurate, plus complete, consistent, enduring, and available. And finally, change controls, deviations, and kappa. Any changes must be controlled, deviations must be recorded and investigated, and corrective and preventive actions should be implemented so that we can avoid the future reoccurrence of problems, incidents, or deviations. Now we'll see the GMP requirements by area. GMP covers every area of manufacturing like premises and equipment. Facilities must be designated or designed to prevent contamination with proper AHU systems, clean rooms, and validated water systems. Because these three factors are very important for controlling the control environment. If AHU system is not properly, then contaminated air will come in the area, and if water system is not validated, and then we are unable to generate pharma standard purified water. Next one is materials management. Raw material, packaging material, and storage must be handled with the strict controls. Suppose if we are not maintaining the strict control in material stores, we may lose the quality of the material. Material may degrade. Product will be unstable during the stability. So we should maintain the control conditions in material stores. Next one is production. Production is the large section or department of the pharma industry. Procedures like line clearance, batch processing, and in-process checks ensure consistency. Means we can say if we are maintaining these three factors, three fundamentals, we can easily achieve the product quality. So we should focus on these three pillars. Next one is quality control. Proper sampling, testing, and investigation of out of specification results are vital. Means if we sample properly, we will get the proper material for testing. If we test properly, we will get a clear picture of product quality. So that we should do all the processes in flow and in proper way as per design or as per mentioned in the SOPs. Next one is personal and hygiene. Trained staff and strict hygiene practices reduce the risk of error and contamination. Suppose if the staff is not trained, there is more chances of mistakes happen. So we should keep a trained staff And ultimately, if we are putting a trained staff, they should be aware about the GMP and they will help in maintaining the quality. And strict hygiene is more important, because if we are maintaining the hygiene, then we will get a quality product. So we should keep in mind everyone in the organization contribute to GMP, not just QA. Now we'll see the documentation and records. Documentation is the backbone of GMP. We maintain standard operating procedures, batch manufacturing records, batch packaging records, master formula records. These all documents which are giving guideline to run the processes in day-to-day practices or day-to-day activities. So we should implement the processes properly, and we have to maintain the processes with integrity. Even piece of equipment must have a logbooks. It is mandatory that we should maintain the logbook for each and every machine, because if we are not maintaining the machine logbook, we will not get a history of the product, where it is manufactured. Suppose if tomorrow if any market complaint is coming, how will trace on which machine the product was produced, and what was the time where the production run was there. So it is very important. An electronic record must comply with regulatory authorities. It should be secure, traceable, and validated. Means we have to keep all the documents in secure place. It should be traceable. Whenever the auditors are asking for the document, it should be easily traceable and it should be validated. Means whatever the activities we are doing, it should be validated so that we can trace those things easily. Please remember, no documentation means no compliance. Now we'll see the validation and qualification. Validation proves that our systems and processes consistently produce quality products. There are different type of qualification. First one is equipment qualification. Under equipment qualification, the major components are installation qualification, operational qualification, and performance qualification. Of course, we have to also focus on user requirement specification, design qualification, and factory acceptance test. Okay, but those are the supporting documents. Next one is process validation. Process validation is important. It ensures the process produce the same results every time. So process validation is very important. If we are validating the product properly and genuinely, we will get a consistent results over the years. Next one is cleaning validation. It makes sure equipment is clean and free from residues. It is very important type of validation to avoid the cross contamination. Next one is computer system validation. It ensures software and electronic systems work as intended. Without validation, we cannot prove our processes are reliable. Now we'll see inspection and audits. GMP compliance is regularly checked through inspections and audits. That's why self-inspection is a very important component of QMS system. If we are maintaining the self-inspection program properly, we can maintain our facility up to the mark. Second one, regulatory bodies like ACROP in DRC, TMD in Tanzania, USFDA in USA, GMP in Europe. These are all regulatory authorities are also conducting the external inspections. Those inspections are helpful for us to maintain the quality. So if we are preparing for the inspections, definitely we can maintain the facility up to the mark. Documentation as discussed. Next one is preparing for audit means having complete documentation, trained staff, and culture of compliance. Because all these things will not come in a day. If we are doing all these things day to day, we are practicing it, then only we will get a result. So remember, auditors look not only for compliance but also for a company's attitude towards quality. So it is very very important. It doesn't mean if you are arranging your facility documents for audit, it should be maintained over the years. Now we'll see the GMP in special areas. There are some areas require extra attention, like packaging and labeling must prevent mix-ups and ensure traceability. And one more important thing, packaging and labeling will directly go in the market with our final product. So it should be important to maintain the packaging and labeling properly so that we can avoid the mix-ups. Okay, next one is pharmacovigilance. Pharmacovigilance system nowadays, it is very very important component to maintain the product quality, to raise the complaint, to get a satisfactory responses from the uh, authorities or companies. So we should maintain the pharmacovigilance system properly. Next one is supply chain integrity. If we are integrating supply chain properly, we can stop the counterfeit medicines in our area or in our country. So it should be important to maintain the supply chain properly so that we can avoid the counterfeit or falsified medicines. Now we'll see the case studies and examples. In some cases, data falsification has led to company-wide bans. Suppose if we are not maintaining data properly, or we are only generating the data as per the product specification, and we are sending that product in the market, what will happen? When the product will be tested in that particular country, it will fail to match the monograph or specification, and they will ban that particular product in the country. Second one, contamination incidents have forced product recall, costing millions of dollars. Suppose if you are recalling any product from the market, it costs millions of dollars. And apart from this, also we are demolishing the image of company. So it should be everyone's responsibility that right product go in the market. From this point, we can see the lesson. Non-compliance is far more expensive than compliance. So friends, today we have to take a oath that we should follow GMP in our organization, in our sector, in our department, everywhere, so that we can give the quality product in the market and will not play with the patient safety. So let's start GMP culture in our organizations. Oh, thank you very much friends.